Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our preview for Silo Season 1, Episode 4. This episode is titled Truth. The truth will set us free. The funniest thing is, we ain't gonna learn no truth in this episode. This is episode 4, and there's like a ton of episodes still to go.
It's true, but I mean, Juliet has the badge now. It says truth on it. She could learn some truth, but probably not all the truth. We're not going to find out what's really going on outside the silo or a lot of what's going on inside the silo because there is a lot that is going on that we don't know. But I think she's going to find something.
There's a number of different things we're gonna talk through in this video. Like I really just kind of want to have a deeper exploration of the Silo world through Juliet's eyes because we've had so many point of view characters on the show so far. We haven't really had enough of a chance, in my opinion, to actually experience the living, breathing world itself. We've been jumping through time periods, seeing what one person knows, what another person won't, seeing Allison and Holston, quote unquote, die. Now, before we go too far here, though, let's just give a little bit of an explanation here. If you guys are looking for a promo for Silo Season 1, Episode 4, there isn't one.
No,
Sorry.
it doesn't exist. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people hoping and looking for that, but I mean, typically Apple doesn't give a lot of promos or any promos out there. So if you're looking for a promo for Silo Season 1, Episode 4, it doesn't exist. This is the best that we're able to get together for you, where we're going to talk about the synopsis and what could be coming up based on the synopsis, but promos, they don't exist. So here we are with our preview for you to give you as much as we can.
Don't worry, guys. I'm here to act out some scenes. I'm Juliette. I've got my wrench. I'm tough. I'm the sheriff.
All right. And then I got my poison. So who poisoned the mayor? No,
Who are you?
I know.
Okay, well, hit that subscribe
Deputy,
button.
I'm looking at you.
Okay. So subscribe to the channel. We also have our full review up of episode 3 of Silo. We go through all of those events, share some theories. It is a really, really fun discussion. We hope you check that out. And we're about to have another fun discussion right now.
Okay, so this is what the synopsis is going into the next episode. Julia tries gaining the trust of the deputy as they work to uncover the truth about recent tragedies, which is the mayor is dead and she's been poisoned by the deputy. That's just my tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
We did talk in our review about sort of all the suspects of who it could have been that poisoned the mayor because, you know, she did have her water. We watched her drink that water in front of the judge's office twice. So, I mean, I think the show is telling us that it's somewhat connected. But she did run into Juliet's dad, you know, Bernard, Martha. There was other people that were around. But the person who really had access to that water is the deputy. Don't let that kiss fool you, man.
The thing I'm probably the most curious about right now is just that what is Juliet's perception of him? Because she probably, you know, is aware of sort of the obvious elephant in the room is that, you know, if someone does want power, it's like Game of Thrones. You're going to try to just eliminate the person in power and sort of take that over if you're in that position. So it's easy to sort of say that the deputy is going to be a suspect, but is she approaching him with that philosophy? And is she trying to get close to him so that she can then try to implicate him? Or is she just being like, you know what? I'm new at this job. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. I'm just gonna read the room, get to know people, do a thorough investigation. That's the biggest thing we've sort of learned about Silo through 3 episodes is that you can't go too big too fast. This is a very subtle, sort of slow-moving society at this point, where if you ostracize yourself too quickly, obviously it doesn't end well. You're going to be hit with that old poison, so she's got to be careful.
It's true, but to be fair, in 3 episodes, I mean, we've had Allison's death, Holston's death, the mayor's death. I mean, there's a lot that's happening very quickly in these episodes, and yes, it's over a period of time, but for us, the viewers, we're watching it, all kind of unfold pretty quickly. I mean, now that Juliet has this position, I mean, it was signed off by the mayor before the mayor died. I mean, how is this really going to end up coming together? Is she still going to have this position? Are they going to be able to take her out of it and put in a new mayor and take Juliet out? Or is Juliet going to be able to find out enough to keep herself in that position? Or maybe we get to actually meet the judge and see her go up in front of the judge and be like, listen, I can be an asset, so that she can play the game, so that she can get herself into this position of power to find out the truth about Allison, Holston, the mayor, George. I mean, there's so much going on.
I predict we're gonna see the judge thing. Like I think we need that. I think we need to better understand the judicial, how it works.
Yeah, we do.
Some of those interactions.
It's such a mystery right now.
It is, and that's exciting, but it's only exciting for so long. Like this to me, this isn't like a monster movie where you can kind of hide the monster until like the final 20 minutes of the show, and then they're just all like coming out of the air. It's like you can't do that here.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing that I'm finding the most interesting about the synopsis for this episode is the idea that Juliet is going to have to take time to gain the trust of the deputy, because the deputy really trusted Holston. I mean, they had a really close relationship. The deputy has said he's looking to retire. He wants to go draw, pictures and sell them at the market, sort of thing. So if she needs to really gain his trust, then like, really, what is it about? I mean, he's got one foot out the door at this point. Is it that he's so invested in the death of the mayor because he had a relationship with her? Or is he responsible for it? So his one foot out the door is now back in, because now he's got to really cover his tracks of his involvement in this.
I don't think Juliet's going to sit idly by. I do think she's going to really try to press for answers. And the other big thing I'm kind of expecting here is that through a lot of their discussions, we're going to sort of see how much the show, I don't want to say the show has been lying to us. I know it's easy to sit here and be like,
oh, they have been. Listen, they're lying to everybody in the silo, and they're absolutely lying to us. They've shown us so little truth right now. That's why it's interesting going into this episode. It's called Truth. How much are we really going to get?
I think at the very least, they've withheld a lot of information. And I think we're going to meet at least a couple of possible suspects for Mayor Johns' death that we haven't even seen yet. And I think that there's probably certain moments throughout that time leading up to it that intentionally we weren't meant to see. And I think the reason we weren't meant to see it is it didn't impact the story of episode 3 at all. Or at least that's sort of what we thought at the time. A show like this is smart enough that they don't want to overwhelm you with too many things that are sort of deemed quote unquote irrelevant in an original instance. And I think now we can sort of unpeel some of that. We can sort of see, okay, John's also talked to this person, that person. She had this negotiation going on about, what to do with the food supply, or the bathrooms are dirty, or like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Something else that's going on in the silo that would make people want to get rid of her that we just don't know right now.
Absolutely. As the synopsis says, it's about them trying to figure out what the truth of this death really is. And, is it as simple as, the judge wanted a certain person to be put into the sheriff's position and the mayor wasn't listening? Is it as simple as that? Probably not. Was that maybe one of the reasons on top of a bunch of, yes, it probably was. I'm sure that the judge wanted to have as much control as she possibly could.
Here's the person who I want to see the most of in this episode. My guy Sims. Okay, maybe Sims isn't my guy because I don't know his motives, but I love Common.
But he's got, strawberry tarts.
Okay.
And that looked really good. I don't know how they said no to that.
No kidding. I love tarts. Okay, no, I love baked goods. I love Common. He was on Hell on Wheels, show I really, really like.
He's great.
Yeah, I want to see a lot more of him. Now, do we think that we're going to see Allison and Holston again in this episode, because I mean we both have sort of outlined in the review that we don't think we have seen the last of these two characters.
No, I think we're going to continue to see some, bits of the past. I mean, they've been jumping around with timelines already on this show. I think we're going to have a lot more of that throughout the season because, Allison had a lot of truths. Holston ended up having a lot of truths as well. And I think that his relationship with Juliet to get her to this point, I think we are going to have more sort of flashbacks of that. The show does play with timelines.
I think that probably episode 7, episode 8, like some point close to the finale, we're going to see, at least one of those characters still alive in the present day. And we'll get a little bit of a taste because I feel pretty confident this show is going to go on for a really long time. Like, there's multiple versions of the source material out there. Like, there's different editions. There's more stuff that probably can be told beyond. And, this show could also just completely go far off from whatever the source material is. So I do think that they're going to take their time with some of this. But I do think, as you sort of said earlier, the fact that they have been willing to take out this many characters this fast.
It's fast.
It's fast, but I think there's a very specific plan. I don't think the pacing is going to change. I just think there's so much material that Graham Yost is off somewhere being like, you got this, man. You can do this.
Yeah, you do, Graham.
We're just like gassing up. Graham Yost, we know.
I love Justified. It is so good.
What if Timothy Oliphant shows up in like episode 8 and he's like running the world
Don't
outside
get my
the
hopes up.
silo?
How dare you? Don't do that.
Listen, we're just really excited about this show. There's a lot of fun stuff that's going to be coming up, but okay, just let us know your thoughts, your theories for episode 4 in the comments. Do you think we're going to learn who killed Mayor JAHNS? Do you think we're going to learn more? Why? What other truths could be revealed? Share in the comments, give this video a subscribe, and we will see you here next time.